Check, check, check. Back at it again. I know the routine. Go ahead and take your shoes off. Wash your hands. You filthy animal, you. Yeah. Yo. Welcome back to another episode, another installment of Late Nights with Reem. That's REEMSDOPE. But remember, it is only one of me. Yes, I'm a DJ. You can still book me. Send me an inquiry and I can send you an invoice. And like the clients coming up, we about to get the party rocking. And when I send you that questionnaire, let me know what your wedding color palette is so I can blend in and I can get my fly on, you know what I'm saying? And I can represent appropriately. How y'all doing, man? Talk to me. What's the word in your world? How you feeling, man? How you feeling, yo? Like, what's up with you? What's good? Everything straight with you? You all right? I'm all right, man. You know, I can't complain. What they say, I can't complain because nobody will listen to nothing to change. Which is partially true. You know, you gotta want to change for it to change. But anywho's, we back here. Another day, another dollar. Feeling good, looking great. You know what I'm saying? Beard looking all luscious. Hairline looking all healthy. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Gotta thank God always. So yeah, man. For me this week was cool. I was a little under the weather towards the end of the week. Sinuses and congestions tried to take your boy under. Wouldn't say out of here, but it did try to take me under because I was down bad on Friday and Saturday. Sounding extra congested. I low-key probably sound congested now. I don't know what it is. Gotta purify the air up in the crib, purify the air in the world, man, because it be bad. Just a whole bunch of mucus and a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I'm not a fan of that. But I'm here. I'm here for y'all. Y'all here for me. So welcome back. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Late Nights with Reem. That's LNWR Pod at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, REEMSDOP, Reem's Dope. That's where you can find me at on all the socials. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been running the reels up. I will say y'all been running the reels up again. And I think I finally hit double digits. So I appreciate that love and support y'all showing on the socials when I drop these videos. So if you're hearing this and you're not following, go ahead and follow the page, the pages, however you want to call it. Excuse me. Taking a sip of this here. That good lemonade poured with love. Yeah. So if you ain't already, go ahead and follow the pages, drop a like, subscribe, comment what you like to see, slide in the DMs on some respectful tip, what you like about the show, what you want to hear on the show. And I appreciate it. One of my subscribers on YouTube did give me a lengthy response on my take on the 37U, which salute to you, fam. I respect your opinion. I respect your thoughts, comments, and opinions. You didn't come at me crazy, but you know what I'm saying? You started with grace and ended with grace. So I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We all got our opinions, how we feel about certain things, and that's just what that is. But let's get straight to the shits, man. Not the bad shits. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy in the world. But the class of 2025 Basketball Hall of Fame, this past weekend, just to recap, the 2008 USA Redeem Team, Danny Crawford, Billy Donovan, Dwight Howard, Sue Bird, Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore, and my guy, Mr. 3 to the Dome, Carmelo, were all inducted this weekend for the class of 2025. And yeah, this was a good class, but I'll just keep it a stack with y'all. Y'all know Melo's my guy since the Nuggets, and of course, once a Nick, always a Nick. That's been my guy. But Melo is finally getting that respect I feel like he deserves. Like everybody tries to discredit him because he didn't win a ring. You know what I'm saying? I don't think rings really define a player's greatness or whatever it is, because they can compete and win other accolades that are just as equal, if not better. You know what I'm saying? So seeing Melo get that love and that appreciation kind of, you know what I'm saying, warm the gangster's heart. Like, yeah, man, that's my dog right there. Like, I'm still bummed he never got a ring with the Knicks, but it just is what it is. Just is what it is, but I'm glad he's getting that recognition. He got his orange coat, and of course, naturally, seeing the Redeem team, you always think of Bean. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Kobe. You think of Kobe, you know what I'm saying? He should have been up there as well getting another coat. LeBron got a coat while he's still playing. Chris Paul got a quote while he's still playing. And a lot of y'all was playing Chris Paul, and I don't like that because everybody was giving praise to LeBron like, oh, the only player to still be active in the league and get inducted in the Hall of Fame. Like, whoa, wait a minute now. Chris Paul is on that team too. Chris Paul is also an active player. So how everybody gives praise to LeBron for, like, you know what I'm saying, being that much older, the class of 04, I believe, 04, and still be playing, give that same credit to Chris Paul. Chris Paul ain't like my favorite player, but don't act like Chris Paul is no slouch. That's just my whole thing. Don't act like Fam was a slouch, because he's not. He's made his contributions as well. So shout out to that. That's one time for basketball. NFL is back. I have 0 predictions for you guys. This is not going to be the football podcast, but go Giants and go Ravens. You know what I'm saying? And for my fellow people who are Eagles, damn them birds, okay? Got a lot of friends that are Eagle fans, and whatever. So all I got to say is whatever. Shout out to y'all. But picking back up and some shenanigans, Texas now has a new law that allows homeowners to evict squatters. Excuse me, y'all. Texas now has a law that they can evict squatters, and I think this is amazing. I really think this is amazing, because squatters have too many damn rights for somebody who don't pay no rent, no mortgage, no nothing. Why do squatters have so many rights? That you got to go through all this process, all this court, all this, and you can't remove them. It's unlawful and blah, blah, blah. But they are unlawfully occupying spaces that do not belong to them, that they are not leased to be in. They're not contracted to be in. So the fact that now Texas is saying, you know what? We can get them out of here. Excuse me, I misspoke. They are bypassing the eviction law, meaning they can kick you the hell out. Call the cops, remove them from the property. Get them up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great thing because, like I said, squatters have too many rights. Just imagine working hard as heck to get your property, whether it be your first property or your second property. Somebody decides to break into your crib, live there for free, and tell you, oh, this is my spot, nobody was here, and you can't remove them? Huh? And what world is that? America. Don't even wait to answer. America. That's America, where somebody can thief away your crib, can steal your crib from you, intrude, and they got more protection by the law than you do as the person who owns the property. Again, bizarre to me that the squatters have so much rights and they can do whatever the freak they want. Now, Texas started it. Let's just make that a thing. Let's keep it going everywhere in the rest of the 49 states, because those stories I be hearing about squatters just damaging people's property, or I've even heard crazy stories of people who rented out property to people and they have certain rules for their tenants, and their tenants just outright destroy the crib. I saw one joint where a couple rented out to another couple and they were just enforcing some new rules or letting them know there were certain things they couldn't do in the crib. And if they did certain things in the crib, they were going to evict them. So, of course, They went against the grain, did whatever it was that they did. And when they told them they were getting evicted, they flooded the place. They unscrewed the piping fixtures, took the little doohickey off the toilet, flushed it, and basically just destroyed the entire place, like mildew, water damage on their wood floors. The walls were swelling up and bulging because of all the water that was backed up in it. That is some evil, vindictive things right there. That someone tells you, yo, Duke, we cut you a little deal, but you can no longer stay here because you couldn't abide by our rules. You decide to destroy the property. That is so freaking crazy to me, dog. Like, stuff like that would just enrage me so much. Like, I can't even fathom the thought of coming to my unit and seeing that these people that I showed grace to, that I showed some type of love to let them rent the spot out. Of course, it wasn't free, but it's like, still respect the property. You don't own it. What are you doing? Wild. Wild, 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 wild. In the Wild Wild West, California is now a new policy in San Francisco, not the whole California, that ties speeding fines to your income level. San Francisco now has a law that whatever your fine is going to be attached to your income level. Now, I'm going to be honest. This doesn't sound too kosher. This actually makes no sense to me. If you're asking me, does this make sense? I'll tell you no. Because why would you tie someone's financials to the cost of their ticket? To me, that doesn't even that doesn't even combat the reckless driving. If anything, I feel like it encourages people to do more stupidity and just plead broke when they get caught in the jam. Like, oh yeah, I only make $20K a year, or I'm working part-time. Like, okay, you still have to pay this $250 ticket, big dog. Like, I don't care what you're saying. Like, I'm going to charge you less money if you make less money. No. Unless they're going to crack down on the laws where they really lock these people up who have several infractions. But I think charging people based on their income, their net worth, is silly. I don't know. I could be alone in this. I just don't see the logic. And the article that I had really didn't break down the reason of it. It just explained what the new thing is that they're putting into place. But charging somebody based on their income for a ticket, because you shouldn't be speeding anyway. Let's start there. You shouldn't be speeding anyway. So now because you're speeding and you cry broke, you're paying less? Huh? I don't know. I'm going to have to wait for that to develop a little bit more to find out the science behind that and what sense that makes. Because right now, to me, reading that on face value, it does not make any sense to me. Why would you charge somebody less based on their income? Like, in what world? Because it's like, you get pulled over, I'm rushing to my minimum wage job. Like, I always tell people, you cannot be late twice. You cannot be late twice. If you're late, you're late. Embrace it. If you know that you got to be at work at 8:30 on a Monday and you decide to leave at 8 o'clock, 7:50, you run that risk of being late. There can be an accident. There can be construction. There could be late school buses in the area that will cause you to be further late. You bobbing and weaving through traffic isn't going to change the fact that you're going to be late. Now, I get it. Some of us are hourly employees and you might lose a little bit of something off your check. But, hey, you better ask to stay a little bit later to make up that time. Because, God forbid, let's say that you speed into work or you speed into whatever your thing is. Right? You get into an accident. Now what? You either more late or you're not going to get there. So why not do the speed limit and get to where you're going in one piece? You know what I'm saying? I just never understood that. And I'm not a slow driver, but I do the speed limit. I might go 5 over. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not speed demon out here where I feel like I should be getting yanked for that. Because again, my rule of thumb is you cannot be late twice. If you're late, just embrace being late and get to where you're going in one piece. So I'll just love to see where this goes from here because, like I said, right now for me, it don't make no damn sense. Uh-uh. Frontier. Frontier Airlines. These airlines are getting interesting because I heard Spirit is going bankrupt. They filed for bankruptcy and they might be going out of business, which is kind of surprising because all the deals and stuff they have and people be taking advantage of. People fly Spirit a lot. Shoot, I've flown Spirit. It's a good time on Spirit. Spirit get the job done. And now that they got the little executive middle role, it's nice. So I don't know what's going on with Spirit Airlines. We got to start a GoFundMe for them and make sure they stay around because Unc love them cheap deals. Respectfully, I love them cheap deals. So keep them coming, Spirit Airlines. Show me love so I can show you love type shit. You feel me? But not about Spirit, but Frontier Airlines is now offering a 20-month passes where you pay $299. All you can fly. All you can fly for $300. People frown their nose up at Spirit Airlines. People frown their nose up at Frontier. To be completely honest, listen, as long as I have enough leg room, I'm cool, dog. Especially if I'm doing something domestic. If I'm flying from the crib to the crib, you know what I'm saying? From here to the East Coast, here to the West Coast, whatever it is. And the flight is maybe an hour and 30, hour and 22, 3 hours. I'm okay with that as long as I have some leg room, dog. And if I was the type of person that traveled as often, I'd probably attack that. For $300 that's a year and a half. Well, that's a year. That's damn near 2 years. That's a year and 8 months. For $300, that's high key still. And this is another one of them where they didn't give much details on what the stipulations. I can imagine, if I remember correctly, that this is for domestic flights only, which that's cool. I could just imagine somebody that works out of town, which if you work out of town, your job is probably fronting that bill. But if you're somebody that got kids, let's just say like that, you got kids and your kids live in a different city, live in a different state, or you got to go see your fam often. You hop your little lucky ass on that Frontier flight, fam, with your carry-on bag for $300. Oh yeah, man. If I traveled, if I was traveling DJing a lot, oh for sure. If I'm on a little tour, circuit, you know what I'm saying, going from different city to different city, I'm 100% doing that because that'll pay itself off after a couple gigs. Like that's light work. That's like how I feel about TSA pre-check. Get your TSA pre-check. If you taking trips more than twice a year, you need that TSA pre-check and that global entry, big dog. I'm going to come clean. Because if we traveling together and you ain't got that pre-check and I get to go on that express line, I will see you at the gate. I will see you at the gate if you decided not to get that pre-check and I told you beforehand. But speaking of, I need to renew my pre-check. I definitely need to renew my pre-check. But anyways, yeah, for that $300, that's nice. That's very nice. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So a South Sudan soldier became a millionaire, and now the country wants to investigate him. The gov wants to investigate him. And his response to them is, when I was broke, y'all ain't investigate me. Y'all ain't care when I was poor. When I ain't have no money, y'all didn't care. But now that I'm up, y'all want to be all up in the man business. And honestly, man, that's real spill, dog. That's real spill. Because imagine that. You've been broke your whole life. You know what I'm saying? Broke can be whatever you consider it as. You've been broke and there was no assistance offered to you. You became a soldier. You became soldier boy, tell him, soldier man, tell him. And you finally came up. I'm sure it's a scam because if it's the same dude who I think it is, that's not Chubby Baby, the Nigerian scam. Obviously not Nigeria and Sudan, different places. But I'm sure it's something. But that ain't none of y'all concerned now. When homeboy didn't have it, y'all didn't care. And now that he got it, y'all are so concerned. I feel him 100%. He had to become a soldier. He had to become a soldier to make ends meet, and y'all didn't care then. Why do y'all care now? The government, man, they always want a piece of your pie when they think you don't deserve it. And that's so whack to me, man. Like he said, y'all didn't care when I was down. Why y'all care now? I don't know. Okay. Let's get serious on let's have a talk. So a man says he tested his date by acting like he forgot his wallet at home to see if the woman would pay. She got up and left the restaurant without paying. Let's read the story. His Facebook status. Jeremiah Fly, and quote, I took this female out to eat about 2 weeks ago. I tested her. We ordered our food and had a nice time just talking over food, getting to know each other. I'm not going to front. I was feeling shorty, and not just because she was beautiful. Her mindset is what got me. But when we got done eating and I asked for the bill, the lady came back with it. I said, damn, I left my wallet at home. You think you can pay for the food, and I will give you the money back when I get home. She got up and left, and all I can do is laugh and shake my head. But I goes into my pocket, pays for the bill, and leave a $10 tip. The lady said, thank you. And you are a very smart man. Sometimes you have to test. Sometimes you have to test them to see if they are the one or not. I never spoke to her after that. All right. Where do we want to go here? Let's where is it at? You're a loser. You are a loser. You are a loser. You get 2 thumbs down for that, Jeremiah Fly. Because at your big grown age, why are we testing people that we are interested in? Why are we testing people, period, as adults that are not in school? Even if you're in school, you take tests for school and modules at work. But why are you testing somebody that you're dating to see if they're a real one or not? First of all, it's the first date. It's the first date. This is not when you do that testing shit to see if they loyal or gonna hold you down. This is not where you do that at. This is not the hill or the ledge you start on when you first date somebody. Damn, it sounds like I'm yelling because this pissed me off. That's not where you start at when you just meet somebody. In general, I feel like you shouldn't be testing no adult that you're interested in, period. But you should not be doing this on your first date. As a man, as a nigga, but I don't speak for all because this is where that comes in. You're supposed to take care of that bill. You're supposed to take care of that bill the first night out. You look nuts by playing that, oh, I ain't got a card on the first date. What? These be the same dudes that say, oh, I spent $300 on the first date and all I got was a hug. Fam, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here where you're testing someone that you just now took out for the first time to see if they real or not? Are you real by doing that stupid shit? Are you real, dog? Where you like, you know what? Let's run up the bill and let me front like I ain't got no money and see if she gonna hold me down. Why would she have any reason, any inkling to hold you down when y'all never established nothing yet? Exactly. Awkward silence because it makes no sense. Now, it's one thing, okay, you take this young lady out, you cash out, first date, cool. Second date, you pay again. Because I feel like it's not even a point system, but it's just an observation what you should take note of when you're courting or dating someone. What interest do they really have? Are they into you just for the meals? Or are they really into you? But as a man, if I'm taking a lady out, I'm expected to pay that bill. Especially the first time out. Like, what in your mind clicks like, yo, yeah, let me try this loyalty joint first night out? No. But like I said, if you let's play an advocate. I'm not gonna play the devil's advocate because the devil don't need no advocates. Let's just play menace to society. Let's just play menace games real quick. Okay, bet. You holla at shorty. Y'all talk for a couple weeks. Y'all finally link up. All right. I take her out on a date. You know how y'all like doing the coffee dates, the tea dates, whatever the date is. Take her out. You know what I'm saying? Run up a tab. Little 150. Okay, bet. First of all, you should be budgeting. We're going to get into that later about how you should be allocating your damn money anyway. So, okay, first date. Cool. You hold that down because you asked her out. That's firstly, you asked her out. So that's first of all, if somebody asks to go somewhere, they should be covering that tab. If you're the one that initiated, you should be covering that tab, you mutt. Date 2, okay, cool. I feel like as the man, since you're the one planning and leading, you should still be the one covering that tab. Date number 2. Even date number 3, because they might be spaced out and you might still be in that courting stage. Now, once we get to 5 and 6, you should be doing different types of things. Not no Netflix and chill, you horny toads. Stop right there. Don't get too excited. You should not be offering or inviting nobody to your crib right off the bat like that. But by 4 and 5, she might do a little fake little pump fake, reach for her wallet like, oh, I'll cover it. Boom. Okay, bet. Shorty she actually rock with the kid. She actually willing to go into her wallet or her little whatever and pick up the tab. Am I expecting that? No. But it's a show of character. It's a show of character. But that is a character flaw for you to plan something for the first time with somebody and try to pull that loyalty card and be like, yeah, I want to see if she's really down for the cause. No, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not jacking that. That's not how you do that. That's not part of the game, dog. That's not part of the game. Just like it's not part of the game where you should expect to spend all this money and get some points at the end of the night. It does not work that way, fam. Y'all got to stop the foolishness. And whoever that waiter waitress is that said, oh, you dodged the bullet, hey, shut up. Shut up your mouth. Because why, as a grown man, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, why, as a man that wants to be a leader, expect his woman to go into her purse the first night out? That's not what leaders do, big dog. Little dog, because that's little dog behavior. That's not what gangsters do. That's not what a leader does, fam. Like, the whole concept of that is just so wild to me. And then I know women like sometimes put guys through different challenges and tests to see if they're really the one or they're whatever. That's not okay. Don't put somebody through hell and when they finally get through the hell on fire, you be like, yeah, okay, it's worth it now. No, that's not acceptable. We are grown adults here. You're a grown adult. Vocalize what you want from that person that you are courting and interested in. Have the conversation with them so you can all come to an agreement or you can all be on the same page at some aspect. And don't move on these assumptions of, well, if I do this, I get this, or if I try this, I should get that. No. You court, you talk, you spit game, whatever, but there comes a time when you got to have that serious conversation. Okay, I'm looking for something serious. I'm trying to settle down. In XYZ years, I would like to be doing this. I'd like to be doing that. But everybody wants to lead with their pockets and lead with their privates. And that's where we're messed up at as a society. That's where my generation is cooked at. Y'all leading with this dusty dollars, even though these dollars is crisp. Y'all leading with a wallet, and you think because you spend so much you're owed something, and you're not. And women be trying to put a price tag on what it is, and it's like, if you got a price tag, just sell it. Just sell it. Don't front like you like whatever and you want whatever. Just put the price tag. 40, I bet. Hold that down. Hold down that 40 piece and get what you want. Dude said he spent $400 on a date and all shorty did was give him a hug at the end of the night. If all you wanted was some poonts, hop on Backpage. Hop on them pages where you can do that at, dog. You don't fake court somebody, spend all this bread, And you expect that because you did all of that, that you should get something in return. Too much transactional behavior, fam. Way too much transactional behavior. And that's why people's expectations lead them in the toilet. Too many false expectations. You got to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? I can speak from my own experience in my current situation right now. I knew I was tired of the shenanigans of myself and the people and things I was dealing with. When I met my fiance, we had conversations. What are you looking for? Do you really want to take this serious and really take this, you know what I mean? Yeah. I would like to be married one day. It don't got to be tomorrow, but I'd like to actually establish something real because I'm tired of this bullshit. The streets have nothing for me, but I made it very clear to her. I said, listen, I'm not in the business of meeting nobody's family, close friends, if this is not going nowhere. Same. I'm not going to introduce you to nobody if this is not going nowhere, because I got so tired of meeting people's people, building rapport with these people for it to go nowhere. So I said to her, if we going to do this, let's do this. But if you ain't trying to do this, don't introduce me to nobody that you care about. Because I'm not gonna keep building rapport with people that I'm not gonna see ever again, or somebody that's gonna be an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? I got folks' moms still reaching out to me to this day, and I'm just like, stop. It's over. OVER. It's donezo. But yeah, man, y'all gotta stop leading with the wallet and the privates and really lead with some intention. And if that's what you want, if what you want is just some humping, some naked twister, and some dollars, you gotta make that clear. I'm sorry, dog, because there's too many of y'all just every day I'm hearing and seeing stories of y'all complain about how the dating pool got piss in it. But honestly, y'all are the piss. Y'all are the piss that's in the pool. Some of y'all are poop. Truthfully, some of y'all are poop. And y'all don't want to admit it. Some of y'all are the poop. And it's sad to say, but that's just that's what y'all carry on with, and that's what you got to go off of. That's my deep thought, my deep moment of the day, how I'm going to leave y'all off. Move with intention and stop wasting people's time. Time is way too valuable, and you can't get that stuff back. So make up your mind and keep it real, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that if that's all you want. They can't whoop you. You're an adult. They're not your parents. And even your parents shouldn't be whooping you in your late 20s, early 30s, 40s. They can't whoop your ass. They might look at you crazy. They might laugh in your face. But guess what? You were real. You were honest. You didn't just lie and say some shit that you thought would have got you far. You kept it a bean. And that's all you got to do, y'all. So I'm going to leave you with that one. That's what I'm going to leave y'all off with. Move with intention and keep it real. Oops. Yeah, man. Stop wasting people's time. But, yo, I'm going to sign off on here. We made it to episode 40, y'all. Season 3 is coming to a close. Will this be the last episode of season 3? Maybe. I don't know. I might hit y'all with 41. You know what I'm saying? Ode to my elementary school. But yeah, y'all. I'ma holla at y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up in the DMs. Whatever it is y'all want to talk about. Y'all ready to come to the Royal Lounge, or the Royal Lounge can come to you. Let me know. I got a couple people hit me up, wanna shoot the shit with your boys. So I'm ready when y'all ready. Peace, love, and a bottle of hair grease. I love y'all. Be easy again, man. Move with intention and stop leading with your wallet and your privates. Peace.